Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Ross, and welcome to tonight's episode of Bar20, a player hater gaming production where myself and some friends come together over a virtual tabletop to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now, before we get started, I do have a few announcements to make. First up, our Twitter page. You can find us at Player Hater LLC. There you can get updates on when we go live, along with announcements for when new projects are coming your way. For our Facebook page, you can find us there, Player Hater Gaming. We do a Sunday night rebroadcast at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you can't catch our game live, which we would love to have you here, but we understand life happens, you can catch us there, where we'll be kind of lurking in that chat and just hanging out for the rebroadcast on our Facebook page. Discord. If you don't know or you haven't joined yet, please come down to our Discord and join it. We would love to have you there as we build this fantastic community where we can just play tabletop games, talk about tabletop games, or just life in general. We have a lot of new categories there. As our community grows and expands, we look forward to just making more channels and more places for people to belong and have fun, share memes, and absolutely laugh your face off, because I know I do. We have quite a few meme masters in there, and they kill me when my phone goes off. I'm like, you guys are just killing me. Also, that is where we host our community one-shots that we have every month. And speaking of, I will be drawing those names November 1st. If you want to know how to be part of that eligibility, all you got to do is follow us here on Twitch and make sure you join the Discord so I can ping. I was going to say tag and then ping, and then they're trying to come together. So I can tag you in it so you can know that. Thank you, Kelly, very much for the gift of subs. You are fantastic. You crazy, crazy man. Come to our Discord for the community one-shots. Make sure you follow us here. If you have been gifted a subscription from one of our many lovely viewers, Kelby, you can have a better chance of being a part of that. We've had some great laughs so far. I know the most recent one, I was literally about to die because I was laughing so hard. And you'll know who she is when I bring her in here, because she is literally out of control. What are you doing, you crazy fool? Oh my gosh. You people are literally killing me. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Crazy fool. Moving on to our YouTube page. We've made a few changes there. We're going to be having our games post Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you, again, can't catch us here and you still missed a Facebook rebroadcast, the games will be live Sunday nights, ready for you to watch. You can find us, Player Hater Gaming, on YouTube. We have an Instagram now, which is fantastic. I never thought I'd say that, but it's run by my fantastic social media manager. She takes care of so many things for me. You can find us on Instagram, Player Hater Gaming. Also announcements when we go live, some crazy merch pictures, which merch is live. I'll have those links in chat for you. Also, if you have been enjoying our art from our fantastic artist, you can find her on... Oh my gosh, I lost my place here. You know what, we're just going to make this easy. You can follow that information there to get to my fantastic artist who has done so much of the character artwork for our characters. And if you use promo code BAR20 good through October 31st, you can get the 15% off your first commission with her. So go over there, show her some love. She's just a fantastic artist, and I just love everything she does for this community. Now all the usual stuff's out of the way, I do have some big announcements. I am proud to announce that Knighted Bishop Gaming and Yeetum to Deleteum Gaming will be joining the Player Hater Gaming banner as partnered content creators, dungeon masters, and hosts of their own respective shows. Now, what does that mean going forward? Our Wednesday night show, Bar20, which is here, will continue to be our flagship show and will stay right here Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Beginning November 4th, you can expect to see the following shows added to our weekly lineup underneath our Player Hater Gaming Twitch schedule. Thursday nights, you will see the addition of The Hive Mind. Posted and powered by Knighted Bishop Gaming, it will begin around 6:45 Central Standard Time. On alternating Fridays, beginning with November 5th, we will have the Lost Lands of Dressado campaign, hosted by the Knighted Bishop. Sunday mornings, you'll get a bit of a mix-up. Knighted Bishop Sunday Chill Stream, a variety stream where you can come join us to just relax, laugh at shenanigans, and in general have a nice lazy Sunday morning and a place to hang out if you just are chilling around. Beyond that, our very own Yeedom to Deletem had some things planned for the near future, so be on the lookout for his segments on this channel. And before we get too started, I'm going to go get my party and start throwing some links in here because it's time to see who needs help dice. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Is this my table?
No.
It
Maybe.
could be.
I don't know.
How are
If
all
the
of
price
you doing
is
today?
right. Doing pretty good.
Good.
Oh, pretty good.
That's great to hear. I'm just throwing in all the links right now, so bear with me
Okay.
because I can't be bothered to actually make automated commands because I'm forgetful and awful.
Fuck that shit, you know.
Also busy.
Who needs it?
All right, so first off, welcome to our impromptu Halloween stream. I did not have the time afforded to put in the proper time for a costume, but a few of us have, so we'll start with that. Mr. Kelvin, exactly what do you think you're doing at this table?
I'm giving some
Full
hunk of
payload.
love.
Oh
Oh
my-
my god, I can't with you right now. Everybody else, you all look fantastic per usual. You don't have to dress up for Halloween to be amazing. You just look equally scary consistently, especially you, Pyre, because it's Bitsy Bitch.
That's
If
what
you
I
don't
was
understand
going
that
for.
reference, because you couldn't be a part of that fantastic one shot. So hopefully some of you will hear more rumors of Bitsy and the craziness she had.
Oh, there's lots of rumors about Bitsy, okay?
I can only
Can't wait for
imagine.
NPCs.
That
I can't
is
wait for the
the
NPC to show.
That is the life of a popular gnome, you know? Just rumors
it's
everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah. Rumors. Sure.
Yeah, rumors. She may or may not have started a couple of them. Yeah.
Probably. I hope I'm not forgetting anything outside of our help dice, so we'll go around the table the other way now. Cathalia, how's your help dice looking?
I only have one.
So you could use 2 help dice. If you want to use your bankroll channel points to assist her with 2 help dice community, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to give you all time to do that, and I just keep on rolling. Tam, how you looking?
Got one, could use 2.
You could also use 2. Alrighty then. You guys are using those things right
Yeah.
up. I love to see it. Love to see it. Pyre, how you looking?
I got 2, could use 1.
Could use 1. Alrighty then. Kelvin.
I'm still at 3. I haven't had many
All right.
rolls
Useless
recently.
per usual. Drifting Snowflake. How are your help dice looking?
Wow. Also at 3.
Tell us
Okay.
how you really
You're beautiful.
feel.
Never change.
Kelbs needs to be refunded because Bishop
Okay.
He dropped that overflow.
Yeet, thank you.
help.
I love the love, guys. I
You'll be
love
over
the
that.
love.
Yes, we love the love very much. Every time I hit the live button, I literally have a miniature panic attack because I am overwhelmed by the sheer support this community has given this entire project. And I could not do it without all the members of my table and, of course, all of you watching. And thank you isn't enough. So I promise to commit myself to making more quality content more frequently and getting some fantastic things out to all of you, so everyone can enjoy them and have more laughs, more fun, and I'm excited for these projects. I'm going to keep them secret for now, but they are coming. Recording has started, so it's getting real fast.
Secrets don't make friends. They just make
No,
fans
but they make
more
hype.
curious. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, health dice out of the way, announcements out of the way. Let's dig into tonight's episode of the Wild Cards.
Oh my.
Who would like to do a recap for, you know what? I'm in a great mood tonight. So we'll say for a free D20 roll tonight. Who wants to do a recap?
I'll do it.
You'll go for it?
I'll go for it.
Anybody want to challenge him for it, or y'all good with that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, so I was going to see if anybody was going to fight him. I'd love to see that.
I mean,
All right, Joe,
I'll
your
fight them with
D20
my axe.
floats
but,
in the
yeah.
hands of the community. Recap,
Okay.
go.
Recap, go. So last week we opened up Tim and Pyre were released. They realized, hearing that note, who released them and proceeded to freak the fuck out. The note deleted itself, and then when we asked who gave the person the note, he started bleeding because he couldn't remember. So that was great. We wound up meeting the party like halfway in between where they were coming from to come free us and for us getting the hell out of Dodge. Met them, went to say goodbye to Erin, and also went to talk to Ilison, the Hagblood, her twin sister, and then hit the Taylor to pick up Kelvin's jerky bag on our way out. As we're leaving and heading out, we rested for the night. Cathalia is visited by a friend. The friend tells her, hey, something's loose and you're going to have to go deal with it. We went and dealt with it. And that was where we left off.
And she booped my snoot and it hurt.
I did not realize that Kelvin's jerky bag frustrated you that much.
It's more that I just could not for the life of me remember the name. Like, I knew in my brain, it just didn't want to release the information. My brain was lagging.
At least you didn't say arrow hole, okay?
Yeah. I spent more than half of my shift at work today on hold. So, like, all I'm hearing is, like, background hold music right
Elevator
now.
music?
So, oh my god. And yet that's still better than the companies that have zero music at all.
Okay, table. What do you guys think?
Music playing.
Sounds good.
I'll give it to him.
All right, Joe. This D20 is yours.
Perfect. We'll see if we can hold on to it for 2 seconds longer than last time.
I think you missed one thing.
Uh-oh. What do you miss?
A very important conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we had our heart-to-heart about morality.
Oof.
Yeah.
And,
damn.
Yeah, big
See
oof.
how well
we
he
had
put
our...
that to memory.
Oh, no, it was there, like I said.
You learned nothing, okay?
I did too. I teared up watching Clip of the Day last week. Who are you talking to?
So as we pick up, I believe we ended with the beginning of a long rest. That sounds about right.
No, we just killed the dragon.
We just killed the dragon, and the dragon
was
did not start its
after we woke up.
That is right. Let me get all of you back on that page. And there was an update to this software earlier, so did everybody get dragged?
I'm there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Okay, so you have just finished your encounter. You have taken down the kind of younger dragon-like creature along with its apparent dragonborn rider. Upon further inspection and some fantastic rolls from two of you, you did find what looked to be some kind of ring that seemed to enchant his visage to become a dragonborn scaled-like creature. What you found beneath that, once the ring was removed, was someone of humanoid nature, an actual human, than what you could tell. And then you couldn't really find too many other trinkets or identifying things that I believe. You did find that ring. And you did find his... I believe you saw the remnants in the last bit of the corners of his lips and the whites of his eyes gently and... Excuse me. Oof.
You alright?
Oh, yeah. Totally just trying to hold my, unprofessional burps in during a stream.
Yeah.
You saw the faintest hints of black veins within the whites of his eyes as they were fading away, I believe. If I didn't say that last time, I totally meant to, and now you know about it. Yeah.
I seem to recall that.
So the rest of you and everybody what are all of you doing?
Before we had left off, Snow had seen that black ichor coming from the dragon, and you had mentioned the rune. Can you remind me what that school of magic was from that rune?
Absolutely. The closest school of magic you could identify was somewhere along the realm of necromancy, but there was other magic engraved within it that you did not recognize. You're unsure. Give me a quick Arcana check.
Ooh. Spicy.
Spicy.
Something I'm half decent in.
Let's see some big rolls.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a nat one.
Necromancy's in there, and a few more things are weaved in there as well. But again, just to give everybody a reminder, this looks like it was branded on with like a frost burn. It wasn't like it was branded on with a hot brand, but somehow a frost burn was shaped in the shape of this rune on the scales of this creature. Like, you know what a brand looks like. You've dealt with it before, but this is definitely, and you know what frost burn looks like as your tribe travels to the north frequently.
Yep.
Okay.
Pyre just knows it was there, and now it's not. And
now
she didn't get her tooth or claw. Bullshit.
That is correct. As it faded away, you were able to recognize this, and then it began to simply ash away in a familiar manner that the Fey Bear did.
I am probably going to move to the camp and slowly approach the tent, quietly listening to see if I'm hearing anything coming from the tent.
Okay.
Because we had already searched his body, so...
Right.
What would you like, sir?
Go ahead and give me a perception check as you approach this tent.
11.
11 total. You're coming up to it. It doesn't look that great. It's definitely just a quickly made tent, something similar to what you guys would carry, maybe a little sturdier on the material itself and the actual wooden posts. They're actually worked and shaped wood, like carved.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, it's just a quick tent, and before it, out strewn about throughout the campsite, you do see at least 2 bodies that have been munched on.
Okay. Can I give the inside of the tent a once over, looking for any I don't know, dug holes underneath bedrolls, anything that could be hidden under something? Locked boxes, lockers. Investigation. That's what I was looking for.
You move into the tent and begin to kind of deeper dive into it and get everything out of the way.
24.
24 total. Fantastic. You push into this tent. It's just barely tall enough for you to stand up in, a little hunched over, so it's got some decent size to it, along with being probably about 20-ish feet across at its widest points. Not quite, livable points, but widest points.
Right.
Looking about, you do see what looks to be 2 bedrolls, some food still kind of closed up, kind of like quickly ramshackled, dug through. This could have been what attracted these 2 individuals here, or maybe it's just the warm meal for the dragon. As far as coin, trinkets, anything that may be useful, you find about, let's see here, I'll say find 80 gold, 50 silver, and 60 copper. Outside of that, most of the things you find here, with especially the 24 investigation, you gather that these are probably people who are just traveling in general. Most of the things they have is something that you would have set up as an Outlander. And as an Outlander, you recognize most of these tools and things. You can see there's a bit of kind of a hide stretched over, some lattice work outside. There are meats hanging to be dried. They're definitely people who live off the land, probably don't go to towns and cities a lot, but you're sure they probably have a home somewhere.
Right.
This may be it. You don't really know because you can't talk to them.
Is there anything... Do I notice anything we don't have that they had that I would find useful? Any Any extra rope? Any?
I would say you probably find about 25 foot of rope.
I'll
Along
pocket that too.
with, if you want to take it, there seems to be some kind of a basic like clamp trap, kind of smaller size, not quite for a bear or anything large like that, but small enough for like a fox or a rabbit, like smaller game.
I'll grab the trap with me. I won't necessarily pack it, but I will grab the trap.
Okay.
Would there be like a sewing kit, like to fix clothes?
So with a 24, yeah, he could find something like that. Something definitely rudimentary. Nothing fine point, but it's something for like, looks like someone has taken like a bit of a bone and been able to thread like kind of thinner hemp string through it.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite, definitely like twine.
Either that or maybe some pulled gut or something.
Hey, Tam, can I have that?
Sure, but I can also fix tears and holes and stuff like that with magic.
Well, no, this is going to be for my quiver.
Oh, yeah, totally. Here. Take, have that. Oh, hey, by the way, guys, I found some coin in there as well. So I'm going to pass out 13 gold, 8 silver, and 10 copper to everybody, with 14 gold, 9 silver, and 10 copper going to the party funds.
Okay.
And I will put that in chat.
Sweet. So you said it was like a bone needle and some twine?
Yes.
Pyre is going to, he's going to hand her the money, but she's going to hand it back and be like, put this towards the party fund. You guys, you know, after being in jail, don't want to leave the party without money. So.
Well, I did make a portion out of that for the party fund.
Yeah, but more to the party fund, the better.
Okay. So that is noted in Roll20 chat.
I will take care of that.
Awesome.
Y'all can continue.
Okay. Well, it's still relatively early.
Kelvin would like to actually look over this body now that it's back into human form for any distinguishing marks, old wounds, anything that might give an idea as to who or where he might have come from.
Give me a... Give me a medicine check.
19.
19 total. Okay. Looking over it, I would say that the investigation roll, I just checked it. It was pretty high, but for a different kind of check on medicine, you do find what looks to be some kind of older wounds that were probably noted by Tamriel as looked over, but didn't really think about it. But as you looking at it, you do notice what looks to be on the left forearm, starting at the wrist and moving up to the elbow. You notice what looks to be a series of angular scars. And they seem to be starting with the wrist being the oldest, and as they move to the elbow being a little bit more, not as scar tissue healed over.
Do they look intentional?
They look like they were made by, it doesn't look jagged. It looks like it was definitely made with an instrument used for slicing or cutting. Does not look like you would expect like a bear claw or something like that.
I'll point that out. Did you see this here? This looks like it is ritualistic or some type of clan marking.
I would say everyone except Pyre give me a history check.
Yeah, we already know how Pyre's history checks go.
That's a mod 1.
Oof.
I would say, Snow, you do recognize these, and then Tam, once you think about it for a minute, you recognize that the 3 individuals underneath the mines of Rasso had similar marks.
Holy crap. You remember the mines and those cultists?
I try not to.
The ones that were dumping the stuff in the river. Yeah, they had similar cuts.
Snow probably does. Player was not there for that one, so. Sure.
Kelvin, you're unsure about this.
Mines. Huh?
Oh God, he's
Kelvin
thinking
wasn't
too
even
hard.
there.
He's thinking
No, well,
too
no, you were
hard.
there for a little bit of it.
He was. Yeah, that's
He was there
another
for
one of
that
those
part.
character player.
No, he was there for that battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he, that was when he got
He
hit
told
with
the bell. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was one where somebody here had a close brush with death.
I don't want to talk about it.
Tyre's
Alright.
gonna be like, mines. Like, what are they talking about?
You heard
Before
of
we
Rasso.
made it to before we made it to Rytool,
Oh, okay.
there were mines that we explored on behalf of a noble, and found some. Long story short, separate mines because it wasn't the Hoonvilla mines; it was the Windeps mines that we fought the cultists.
So you guys have been getting in trouble before you met me. Okay.
I've been getting in trouble since before your grandparents were born.
Hey, we talked about this in jail. I know.
Yeah, it's because you pay attention as I turn around to look at everybody else and then turn back to what we were doing.
All right.
What's Grandpa talking about?
He's talking about grandpa things. Okay, Kelvin? Come on, let's go.
All right. All of you begin to head back on your path led by Miss Snow.
Yep.
Okay. Today was already rolled for, I believe, so we will move on to the rest of your day. Is uneventful. You complete your second day of travel, making about average time so far. Yes, you're probably about 6-ish days away from where you need to be. As we set up camp for the night, who would like to do what for camp assistance?
I'll help Kevin with this tent.
Okay.
I will get food and water.
I will
Okay.
go with Tam in case he gets something big and heavy.
I'll try
Okay.
to box her out so that I can make my own tent because I'm a strong, able-bodied person.
You don't
Okay.
need no
No one-
sister.
Your tip was amazing last time, so you did
Kelvin,
an
make me a
amazing
wisdom
job.
check.
Noah's gonna lay down on the ground and watch the siblings because this is entertaining.
Wisdom check?
Wisdom check.
10.
It takes you longer than everybody else, but you get it together. It seems sturdy. Hell, maybe even livable.
Maybe even livable.
I will say for Tam and Pyre's party, roll me. Let's see here. Both of you roll me a d20. Oof.
19? Also
Wow.
a 19.
Both of
19
you.
and 19. Oh my god.
We don't play.
I noticed. So, Tam, as you start to get out with Pyre, the two of you beginning your bit of a stalk, looking for something that could pass as livable food. Probably about 200-300 feet away from the campsite you all have chosen, you find what looks to be this larger cluster of vegetation. It seems to just be this overgrown patch, some kind of plant just growing very vividly in this location. Looking at it, you can see what looks to be about 2 or 3 four-legged creatures, probably about 3-4 feet tall. Get a little closer, you can recognize these as deer. Taking them down quickly with your dexterous abilities with the bow. Pyre assists with dragging them back. And actually, using some other techniques by your Outlander abilities, give me... That's fantastic. I'll say both of you roll me a d6. Three and 4. So I will say for the next 24 hours, everyone benefits from 7 points of temporary hit points. As the meal that was found is just
High five, Tam.
beyond delicious. Like, you've had the venison before, but just something about either these particular creatures, what they've been eating, or just the cleanness of the kill. You don't know what it is, but the meal prepared is delicious. And you feel revitalized.
Awesome.
Is this a buck or a doe?
This would have been 2 does.
Oh.
Because I wouldn't have killed more than we could. More than we would have needed or could have taken care of in a day.
Okay. As we head into nighttime and long rest, who will be taking what watches?
Take first and second again.
I will say first, you can give me a flat roll, and then second, you will give me a disadvantage perception check, please.
Yep.
21, very nice. And a 15. All right. Is there any business anybody wants to handle before we go into the night watches?
I'll just work more on my quiver.
Okay. Give me a general dexterity check.
Where is it? There it is. 21.
21. Very nice. So you managed to, using this bit of kind of a bone thread that you found, you actually find it to work with the leather better than what probably a metal needle would have. Able to actually punch a hole through where you need to be, and you begin to kind of set up the, I would say, kind of like crisscross thatch.
Okay.
I guess would be the best way to put it, because you just want to secure the arrow in place on your quiver, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I will say with the, if you want to take the full 2 watches to do this, you could get it done. But it will take 2 full watches.
Like while Tam's watching?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So Tam, as you take this time to kind of walk away from the campsite,
keep an eye on everything,
do a walk around patrol, you kind of notice, when you come by every 15-20 minutes, check on the camp, you notice that she's a little further along. And then when it comes to the close of your 2 watches, you can see her kind of take it, hold up in the air, kind of looking over in the camp light, the little bit of amber still in the fire. She looks at it, and you see the smile on her face, and she has been able to successfully and rather skillfully, for someone who doesn't do this as a living, secure the twisted arrow to her quiver.
I'm gonna kind of lean down on my legs and kind of pat her on the shoulder. Great job, little one. Looks really nice.
Thank you. And I'll ignore the fact that you call me little.
Okay. Cathalia, give me a quick perception check. Make this one straight. Just flat roll.
Also 21.
Tamriel, you don't catch this, but Cathalia, as you have completed this work and you're admiring it, you notice just down the twisted arrow shaft, just below the arrowhead, you notice a small little rune engrave itself upon it. And what you see is a miniaturized runic visage of a bear's head with 2 antlers growing out of it.
Oh, that's cool. So that's on the quiver or the
That's
arrow?
on the arrow.
Itself? Okay.
Yes. And as you do this, you can actually kind of hear and feel the leather tightening and the cord you use tightening as it begins to almost secure itself in place.
Ooh. I just kind of stare at it. And then I smile and it's like, yeah.
And you hear this voice in the back of your head, a familiar, tiny, tiny female voice. You've done well, Fey Hunter. May this gift be a blessing upon you in your future endeavors. Good night.
I'm just like, please don't poke me again.
You just hear a little chuckling slowly fade off. Okay, who will be taking the third watch?
I'll take it.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Advantage.
As the red hue of your Fire Genasi dark vision begins to overtake your vision. Looking around, it's a clear night. Not a whole lot seems to be going on.
I just want a night raid. That's all I want. Why can't that just happen for me?
I will need everybody, except for Pyre, to please deafen yourselves, and I will give you
Oh shit.
a message in the Discord when you can undeafen.
You asked for trouble.
Yay!
Pyre, as you are standing, walking around, bored that nothing is happening, your red-hued vision giving everything around you varying shades of red, something you've lived with your entire life. But just as you are just, God, this is awful, nothing going on, can I get some bandits, something, please? And then you kind of begin to feel this increase in the light in the sky above you. And it draws your attention upward. And as you look up, you notice in the sky this large crack begin to form in the sky, tearing, almost like lightning, but it seems its edges are burning, flame-like, large. You don't know how large it is. It could be 10, 15, 20 miles across, high in the sky. And it begins to open. And beyond it, what you see is this landscape of heat waves and volcanoes and ash and just torment. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. At disadvantage?
It's okay. No, we'll just take the first
Yeah,
one. That's
yeah.
fine. 16 total. Something in your mind begins to just, the same way you kind of feel that rage burning within you, another piece of that begins to come forward. And you're used to how it feels to rage, how it feels to hone that barbaric nature within you. But this is different. It seems to be lacking the sheer ferocity and more of a focus. And it quickly propels itself to the front of your skull. And this voice just slowly, calmly speaks to you. Child of fire, you will be called home. And then your vision snaps. You look around, and you're just back in the fields.
What the fuck was that?
And I forgot to do that. That's good.
What the fuck?
Wait for them to get back in here. I'll put it in roll 22.
Oh.
God damn.
Oh no.
So as this scene plays out before you, suddenly your vision snaps and you realize you were just in some kind of daydream, waking dream, you're unsure, but looking around, everything seems to be normal and fine, and your time has passed. Who do you wake up next?
I don't know if I can go back to sleep. Jesus Christ.
Just for the record, I'm trancing.
Yeah.
We both are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cathalia
you
stayed
have the
up for the
choice between
two,
Snow
so
or Kelvin.
yeah. Oh God, I don't want to wake up either one of them. I guess I'll
You'd have a
come up.
better chance of waking up Snow. Kelvin might just roll his tent over.
I go over to Snow.
Okay.
And I'm like, Snow, I'm sorry to bug you, but Cathalia stayed up during Tam's watch the two shifts. Do you mind taking the last shift?
All good.
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, just keep your eye out. I know you know this place, so just keep an eye out, okay?
Of course.
All right. I'm gonna go try to get some more sleep.
Okay. Snow, if you would please give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes, ma'am. You are still in low light. Technically,
Fair
you're in
enough.
darkness, but your dark vision grants you low light. This is
Well.
bullshit. 12 total.
Nah.
As you're looking around, kind of, I wouldn't say on edge. You're definitely a little eased now that you know, well, they found me. Not a lot to hide from now. So
Yeah.
you're just kind of taking it one step at a time. But nothing seems to come across your vision. Nothing out of the ordinary. No crazy plant growth or effects. Just a simple watch as the sun begins to come up. Your watch is completed. Morning comes. All of you awake feeling refreshed, ready. Don't forget you have your extra temporary hit points from the fantastic food that consumed over dinner and breakfast. Grants that.
Yay!
That's why I had you roll 2.
The dream team.
Oh yeah.
But wildcards, the morning is yours. What would you like to do?
Pyre's probably still like looking around. Got the night before stuck in her head.
You got the
Would I pick
heebie-jeebies.
up on her unease?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I would say. Let me double check something real quick. Because I know I have these saved. Well, that's unfortunate. Why can't there be a quick link to that?
Excuse me.
Where? Well, that's not good. There you are. Alrighty then. The only one to pick up on that would be Snow.
Alrighty.
Passives.
As we start our day and get back on the road, I'll kind of not quite fall back because I'm obviously the one leading the party, but I'll try and see if I can privately kind of motion to Pyre to come join me up here.
Okay. So you kind of look back. You're like, hey, Pyre, could you give me a hand up here real quick? Let me look for some things.
I perk up. I'm like, do you see some bad guys? And I come like running up.
No,
And
no.
Something hit.
No bad
Great
guys
ass,
yet,
couple
but
of test swings.
keep an eye out for me because you never know.
this is true. This is smart.
Are you all right? You've been on edge ever since a few hours ago.
Bad dream, I guess. Just bad dreams. Happens sometimes, I guess.
Of course, it's natural. Well, I'm not going to pry into your business, but I am here for you if you need it.
Thank you, Snow. And she like pats her on the back. You're a good friend. Good fire buddy.
I was sitting there thinking fire friends and prison pals.
Yep.
All right. Is there any conversation to be had for the morning before we do our roll for the day's travel?
No.
No, what should we expect when we get close to Greca?
Good question, DM. What should we expect?
What you should expect is to see a consistent kind of layout of scattered forest, scattered vegetation, but still the usual rolling grassland plains you know of Thavia, and this is because of the green line. Had it not been erected and kept maintained, a good portion of this probably would be taken over by the desert already. So things are going to be pretty much consistent as far as landscape and scattering of patches of forest or large forest from here to Greca.
Is Greca on the Thavia side or the Zyvan side?
Greca is on the Thavia side.
Okay.
What should we expect from your clan?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I
But-
mean, are they going to attack us just showing up? Do we need to
Potentially.
roll in armed?
I would say on alert, not necessarily armed to the teeth. I would let them make the first move. This could all blow up in our face as soon as we walk in there, or it might not. It's hard to say. This is not common for our people.
Fair enough.
Especially one like me who has decided to basically give our clan the middle finger and tell them to go take care of their own business.
Okay, then.
But hey, you're hanging out with a fire elemental, so, you know, that's the most druidy thing there is out there, right?
Possible. I'm down with it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I need somebody to roll me a d6.
I'll do it.
Okie dokie.
2.
2. Okay. Roll me a d12.
Me?
Yes.
Uh-oh. 1.
Okay. As you are all traveling along for the day, right around noon, I will say, let's see here, Snow and Cathalia, you take note of what looks to be some kind of traveling caravan coming in roughly a similar direction of the party, as the way you're going is a path that could be taken to the capital.
How far out are they?
Spotted like this caravan, probably about, especially at her site. What's the longest range on a longbow? 600 feet?
Yeah,
800 feet?
Yeah.
600.
So I'd say they're probably about the 500 to 600 foot range. Seeing as if she can shoot that far, she can easily see that far.
Mm-hmm.
Make it rain.
Do we trust Kelvin around caravans now?
Oh, God.
You said it's the
nothing.
same direction that we're going?
They
So,
seem to be
I think
heading
you-
generally towards you all, but you do know that
Oh,
the path
towards
behind
us.
you does lead to the capital.
Do they look like normal caravan or?
To make further details, give me a perception check, please. I will
totally do
say
that.
I will grant this to my 2 highest passive perceptions, Snow and Cathalia.
15?
Okay.
Just a second. Take off disadvantage. 24.
15 and 24. That is fantastic. Cathalia, you can point out there does seem to be about, I'd say, 5 horse-drawn caravans. Which you notice, Snow, as you're looking, you notice that there are people not only manning the kind of the seat of the beasts and the horses, but also you see people walking alongside them. They seem to be moving oddly or sporadically, and then you begin to pick up on the sound of music. And then these two things begin to connect. They're dancing to the beat.
As they travel.
Yes.
I will point out the caravan that Cathalia and I saw to the party so that they kind of know it's coming. And explain to Cathalia why they seem to be so erratic.
Is that a new fighting
Makes
technique?
sense. I mean, in a way, yes.
It very well could be.
Some people do use dancing as a fighting.
Let's hope they're doing it of their own volition.
One way to find out.
The party,
Not a fun
at
way
this
to find
point,
out.
You may choose to continue your course and interject with them, or you can alter just a bit so you don't come too close to each other.
What do you
What
think?
do you guys want to do?
Think there's any reason to alter course? They're just dancing.
I have no problem with staying the course. Unless y'all wish to detour.
If the keeper of the path says we're good, then I say we're good.
I mean,
Okay.
they're just dancing.
You continue on this path. As they get closer, the rest of you begin to hear the rather jovial and upbeat music being played from this caravan. As you begin to see people on the sides of them juggling, dancing, laughing. One of the lead coaches sees the troop and just kind of waves, "Hey!"
I'll wave.
And as they approach closer, they kind of begin to slow down a bit. And then at this point, I would say he begins to kind of turn a bit to the side so you can see the side of the caravan. And on it, you see Leo's lovely lutes and flutes, traveling caravan of bards and storytellers. As who seems to be kind of the person in charge, kind of, oh, calm down, we've got travelers, take down the music a bit. No, I didn't say stop playing, I said just keep it down a bit. Fair met, travelers, how are you?
Well,
Doing
man,
all right.
Well, that's good. Out on the open road, huh? Us too. And you can see some of them just kind of like begin to take this like as a rest period. They begin like some stop juggling. They then begin to set out like, a chair or just start pulling out some food. Some are still kind of practicing playing.
This is quite a merry band you have here.
Oh yes, we're just traveling from the capital of the Zyban region, just passed through the Green Line, making our way up the road to Raitul. Trying a little bit of a usual route we make. Probably stop in Zlowwood after that. Who knows?
Is this one you make regularly?
Probably about the nicer times of the years for certain. Usually we hunker down in the winter. Usually traveling across the mountains into probably go to Zelrock this year. It's very nice.
Can't say I've been, unfortunately.
Oh, it's lovely. I mean, if If you like dwarves, that is. I heard that! I didn't mean anything by it, I'm just saying!
Kelvin's gonna lean over to Cathalia. Dwarves are the small ones, right?
There's a lot of small ones, but yes.
At this point, Kelvin, some of the kids have, like, you kind of see them in the caravans now, like, poking their heads out, looking at you, like, and they kind of shudder back inside. So,
You
what
have
brings you on
fans.
this untraveled path? Not too common.
Business. Unfortunately, have some matters to attend to.
Oh, sounds important. And he kind of eyes you up and down for a minute.
In the eyes of some.
Interesting, walking staff you have there.
Why, thank you.
Think you could be, perhaps of druidic influence?
You would be correct.
Ah, I've heard tales. And you see he kind of looks up at the sky, and his mind starts thinking, and he pulls out a small little, like, God, what's that called? It has the metal bars on it. You can plink with your thumbs, and it plays a tune.
Talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Like a little
Yeah.
kalimba?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh.
It's that small
Yeah,
device you
kalimba.
hold in your hand, and it has different shaped metal bars, and they plung, plung,
Yeah.
plung, plung,
All I
plung,
was
plung.
thinking was
Probably.
xylophone. So
Yeah, a
He starts
kalimba.
to see, he
Close.
pulls out
Right.
something small like that and starts to play a tune. Yes, that's right. And his eyes like just stare beyond you, like not looking at you, Snow, but like through you as he's remembering. That's right, that's right. I've heard this tale. Once a year. Twice a year, once a year.
Depends on who
Once a
you talk to.
year, the druids travel to and from the line. Keep it green and keep it fine, the desert sands at bay. And he begins to play the song.
and I thought we were a weird group.
Oh, come on, it's a common tale. Always those around the desert, anyways.
I will. Just for fun, I'm gonna use my druidcraft cantrip, and I
Okay.
want to have vines grow along the side of that lead caravan, like across the top,
Oh, okay.
kind of like a decoration.
Yeah. As he's kind of singing, keeping a tune, looks back. Oh, that is fantastic. Thank you so much. My apologies. Awful manners. I am Leo, and I am in charge of Leo's Lovely Lutes and Flutes, the traveling caravan. And as you all get like a better look at him, you definitely see this like a little bit of like outlandishly dressed, like human male, kind of like blonde curls, bit of a greener hazel eyes.
Are you a merchant?
We have some things for sale. Mostly we really just travel and perform our arts. What were you looking for?
Oh, apologies. I wasn't looking, but I was curious considering that name you have given yourselves.
Oh, no, it's just we have lutes and we have flutes, so makes sense.
Fair enough.
Do you have weapons?
Why?
To protect yourself on the road.
Do I? He kind of
I'm not-
leans to
I'm
Snow.
not-
She's gonna
I'm not threatening you. I'm not threatening you. I'm asking a legitimate question. It can be unsafe, and you have children.
Well, we can definitely take care of ourselves. We have our ways. We are studied. Some of us are studied, anyways.
That's good to hear.
No,
Most
will
of
kind of
our-
lean
Never
over and
be too
whisper back.
careful.
She grows on you after a while. Don't worry.
Does she grow like a barnacle? Jesus.
No, more like a sunburn.
Wow.
Like a sunburn.
Ah,
My God.
you're quite hot-tempered.
Why, thank you.
Well then, I guess we're going to be resting here for a minute. Don't let us hold you up, though. It was great to talk to all of you.
Likewise, I hope we will meet you again.
Who knows? Come see us in Bar20. We'll probably this time of year probably hang out in Bar20 for a bit, make some coin there, and then push our way over the mountains.
Aw, I'm sorry to hear that, though. We unfortunately have just left Brytool. It will be a while before we're back there.
My tool sucks.
It's a great place to be.
Know where we just came from.
Well, maybe you just didn't know where to go.
Sure. But
I know lots of places to go there. They
bit
just
of
don't want me
advice
there.
for Rytool. If you get there early enough to celebrate the solstice, I bet you'd make a fair bit of coin.
Yeah, fortunately, I fear we did miss that.
Yeah, just a bit.
That's all right. There's always an after party.
There are plenty of places willing to take an after party.
I'm sure you guys would have enjoyed my dancing at the Coliseum.
Oh, a gladiator. Fantastic. You pretty good with that sharp thingy.
Axe.
Yeah, whatever.
I think I'm pretty good at it.
That's good.
Are you pretty good at that wooden string thingy?
Oh, yes. Quite gifted.
Well, that's good to hear.
Well, then. And he kind of hops off and takes out like this stake, kind of a long metal piece of just a shaft of metal with a pointed end, and the other end has this like iron loop on it, and begins to he just shoves it in the ground and ties the horses to it. I think we're going to take a bit of a rest here. We've been traveling most of the day, but if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. If not, no harm. It was just plenty to meet you.
We must continue on, unfortunately, but we appreciate your company for the short time that it was.
Absolutely. What was your names again?
I'm Gatalia, and this is Pyre, Kelvin, Tam, and Snow, and I point to all of them.
Very nice to meet all of you. May your journeys be safe. And he just kind of...
Yours too.
Once he says his goodbye to you, he begins to kind of take that bit of a I'm in charge kind of tone and get people, all right, get your horses tied down, go ahead and take a rest here. Those that have been walking, get on the carts. Those that have been on the carts, you now walk. Come on, people, let's go.
I will lead the party on.
Okay.
Bards, they think everything's a party. Jesus Christ.
At least they
Look at
didn't get
me.
close enough to test
Party.
our
Look at
purse
me.
strings.
I'm fighting with my loot. Ooh, so scary.
As the party moves on, Kelvin will stick his tongue out at the kids.
They did the same thing.
And then I'll just wave bye as we walk away.
Okay. The rest of your day is uneventful. Easy travel, clear skies. Begin to close out your third day of travel. Anything you want to accomplish with your camp setting up, or you still have rations left over? I will say your temporary hit points have faded by now.
Yep.
But there is no need to hunt tonight, as you have plenty of foods prepared already. Camp is set up. Who will be taking the watches?
Take my usual first and second.
Okay. Third?
I will.
Okay. Fourth?
I'll take fourth then.
Okay. Okay. Tamriel, your night closes without issue. You wake up Cathalia for her third watch.
Is mine normal or disadvantage?
Disadvantage. You are in
Okay.
darkness, which with your dark vision grants you dim light. 14. Very nice. Nothing seems to be outside of the usual. You do see kind of a couple of coyotes or potentially wolves off in the distance, but your presence alone seems to be enough to keep them at a distance, and they just continue to move on.
Okay.
And then fourth watch.
I'll wake up Pyre.
Okay. Nine. Okay. The first half of your watch is pretty uneventful. What seems to be unusual is when the sun begins to rise, and with that dawn's light, you notice that same scarring upon the sky, stretching outward from the sun.
Okay.
But you shake your head for a second, and then just the sun is all that remains over the landscape.
What is going on? I don't know.
You wake everybody up for
Mm-hmm.
breakfast. Camp gets picked up and settled. Any business to attend to before we move on to the roll for this day?
Nope.
Not that I can
Okay.
think of.
Okay. Who would like to roll the d6?
Well,
6.
6.
Roll a d12.
9.
9. Okay.
We're gonna fight a dragon, guys. Be careful.
As all of you are traveling, the first few hours are mostly uneventful. A bit of an overcast sky has seemed to come in from the north. And as Snow is leading all of you through this path, I will say Snow and Cathalia, as you have the highest passive perceptions, you notice probably about at this point on the map, you would notice about, I say about 700-ish feet off to northeast from the direction you're traveling. You notice what looks to be this kind of gathering of shapes sticking out of the ground.
Do they look natural?
If you would like to discern more, please give me a perception check.
With pleasure.
18
for Cathalia, 14 for Snow. Cathalia, what you notice as Snow kind of points them out, and she asks this question, kind of not really to you, but more of, is that natural? What is going on? And you look a little closer, you kind of squint your eyes a bit, straining them. You notice it does seem to be some kind of worked shape, but it doesn't seem to be shiny. It doesn't seem to be reflecting any kind of light. Best you could say, maybe stone.
I don't know. Looks like stone.
Is this something I would have seen on the road before?
Give me a history check.
Oh, that's not good. 5.
You can't recall anything.
Hmm.
What would you guys like to do?
And you said this was to the northeast?
Yes.
Traveling south, aren't we?
Yes.
Traveling south in a southeastern
Yeah.
direction.
We could turn around and check it out, or keep going.
How
we
many
do
days?
still have time, don't we?
Yeah, I was about to say, how many days are we away, Snow?
Maybe, what, 5 at this point?
Roughly. With properly given weather and travel conditions, you're about 5 days away.
And we would have maybe 2 days to spare?
Correct.
Okay. If it interests you, we can go check it out. It's not like we don't have the time. I don't
curious about it.
Hmm?
I am kind of curious about it. It's not really something you see every day.
Go check it out. Carefully.
Yes, Grandpa.
No fun.
Wow.
Damn kids.
Wow.
You better watch out. We're going to put you in a home.
All right. Who will be approaching? I guess closest?
all of us.
Okay.
Well, should I go first?
As the group gets closer, you close 500, 400, 300, 200 feet. It's about 200 feet that the sheer scale of these 3 stone pillars begins to come into light. From a distance, you couldn't really tell. But as you get closer, you notice the middle one has got to be at least 25, 30 feet tall, with the 2 that are flanking it probably about 5, 10 feet shorter.
Do we see any markings, any runes carved into them, or anything of that nature?
At this distance, give me a perception check.
10.
10 total? You're not too certain. There might be something on there, but it's hard to see from this distance.
At this distance, it's, yeah.
Would probably get close, like 60-ish? Maybe a little more, 45.
Okay, you get well within 45 feet of this thing. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
18.
18 total. You can definitely tell there's some script written on this. It's probably about all the way beginning about halfway up, and then the bottom half being covered in it. All 3 of these markers.
Is this a language that I would recognize? Or is it more arcana in nature?
I would say that you believe you can make some of the words out, but from this distance, you would have to get a little bit closer. You can definitely pick some of the larger letterings out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll get closer.
Okay.
I'll get closer with her.
As you come within range of this, you notice the first one the middle marker seems to be some sort of dedication or mural to a long lost hero or someone of great importance. It says, again, it is common, but it seems to be either an older dialect or certain verbiage and used words don't quite match up with what's taught to all of you as common. It states that here lies Alan Bluntchin, Dwarven Axe Lord, buried in the year, and then that part seems to be either scratched out or chiseled over, but it is missing.
Lord, you said?
Axe Lord, yes.
Fellow axe user.
Would this be, since it seems to be somebody of some importance, would there be like stories or legends or anything?
Yeah, I could say, let me see here. Snow, everybody but Kelvin, give me a history check.
Hey!
Very
Wow.
nice.
Cathalia?
Natural 20 for Cathalia. 21 total. Snow. So I would say Cathalia and Snow, you two seem to remember hearing less stories and more just mention of the Axe Lord. And it pertains to a great battle fought during the Age of Separation.
About how long ago was that?
You know that that was near the time when the prime deities were attempting to construct the veil to separate all the planes into their respective spaces.
So that was a minute.
That was a hot minute.
Which would make sense why it's an older common.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. As you look to the other two smaller ones, they seem to have a little bit of a more recent engraving upon them, mostly talking about either battles that happened here. One of them mentions a recently made hot spring. One of them mentions the maintenance of the Green Line and various traveling druidic clans or tribes. It's about this point, after reading for about 20-30 minutes, Snow, you're like, oh yeah, I do remember this. And usually, once you never really came here yourself. When you guys got close, you would take a rest near here. And it was the job of the elder to take a one-day pilgrimage away from the campsite to this location, chisel in their story of the year, and then come back. You know that during this time, they would usually fast and only be reliant upon the energies of nature itself. It was usually a very sacred kind of trip. Seemed to be kind of a way for the elder to maintain his or her connection to the druidic flow.
Do I happen to see a new story on the stone?
You see at the most recent engraving seems to be written by one known as Hidden Paw. You know is the current elder. And it speaks of the path of the split tribe, is what this year's pilgrimage was called.
Tribe, eh?
All right. Anything else? Okay.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. I mean,
All right. Cathalia, Kelvin?
I don't think there's
Fire?
anything to loot here.
No,
I will leave
unfortunately,
whatever's-
nothing to loot here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I will leave whatever's left of the flowers that Tam gave me at the big middle pillar thing
Okay.
before we leave.
Okay.
leaving my forgiveness flowers behind. How dare you?
You leave tribute to the fallen hero at this location.
Kelvin will kneel at the altar, at the stone, and say a silent prayer to Palor.
Okay.
Pyre sees all this, and she's like, "What the fuck am I doing?" And she leaves one of her hand axes with the flowers.
Okay.
It's maybe not what he fought with, but an axe man needs his axe.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to get a new one. Don't look at my great axe. That's mine. Don't even look at it.
I guess I'll leave
What?
behind some
I'm
jerky
not
in
furiously
memory.
taking notes for anything. What do you mean? All right.
Don't
I'll
make me
leave
do it.
behind some jerky also,
Okay.
since we've decided we're going to share.
Oh no.
Sharing is
However
caring.
will you handle it?
Really, the barbarian, you just willingly did it, and you're like, we're sharing now. Ugh.
Yeah. Gosh.
Rude.
All
Good
right.
And they
words,
call
man.
They call me the criminal.
Pretty good reason why, but we're gonna leave it at that.
What?
The party presses on. The rest of your day is uneventful. The overcast skies eventually break right around dusk. Before we set up camp, that's where we're going to take our break for the night.
Alright.
Thank all of you for being here for this first half of this fantastic episode. Hope you're enjoying it and having fun. I'm going to go get me some more water, maybe even a snack. The rest of my table, I encourage you to do the same. And all those at home watching, go get some water or something. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Drink water.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out during our break. I believe all of my table went and got some snacks. I know Tamriello's not sharing his cheesecake bites. They will be noted
Rude.
in the disadvantage rolls the rest of the night.
Where were those whenever we were in jail? Where were those?
Not with us.
It was my birthday last week, and you couldn't share the cheesecake bites?
Oh
For
my
real.
god. I didn't have cheesecake bites last week.
Well, maybe you should have.
Maybe I should. Okay. I'll remember that for next week. I will make sure to bring some up to you.
Thank you.
Well, anyways, welcome back. We're going to dive back into our campaign of the wild cards. First half was spent doing some fun travel. They got to meet some exciting passerby caverns, a historical landmark out in the roaming fields of the Thavia region. They have set down for camp. We are just going to kind of glaze through the watches real quick. If everyone can give me their perception checks.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we're sticking with the usuals.
Yeah.
God. I'm gonna use a help die on that. Hold on.
I would say
You have an inspiration too.
Yeah. You know what?
You
I'm
do.
gonna use an inspiration also. Yeah, let's re-roll
Okay.
that one. Okay, so 17 on the
total.
first,
Okay.
and then night. Nope, wrong one.
We'll just take the 19.
a
That's
6.
fine. We'll take the first
Well,
roll.
no, that I was gonna say the second one is at disadvantage, right?
Oh, that's correct. Yes. My
Yeah.
So
mistake.
it's a 6.
6 total. Okay.
6.
I was
Me next.
distracted.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I'm not distracted.
Nice. Golly.
I
Cathalia
am always
is
distracted.
laser focused.
I think I'm waiting for my little fairy friend. Because
So
I got a
yeah,
couple
so now that
bones.
I have the rolls, we will go through the night's events.
Am I gonna
Tamriel,
get
for
poked?
you,
Am I gonna get poked?
what you notice is that there seems to be a little bit of a warmer night. And you kind of notice that as you have been progressively a day's travel closer and closer and closer to the desert, the air, while the vegetation and lands around you are still thriving, it's still thavi, it's still rolling fields and patchwork forests or thicker forests here and there. The air does seem
Warmer
to
and
have
drier.
a little more tinge of warmth to it. As you begin to settle in to your trance, you feel a familiar sensation kind of creep up the back of your spine as a familiar scent flows into your nostrils. Your heart rate stays calm, your mind stays calm, but you have that scent within you and around you as you begin to close your eyes and focus into your meditative state. Just as your mind begins to gently drift, because this has caught you right as you are like into the fall of unconsciousness, couldn't really catch yourself in time. As you begin to fall into the unconsciousness, you do hear a very familiar female voice, very gently, just at the tips of your ears. Well, I see you found my sister. Shame. And it fades. Cathalia, for you.
Yes.
As you are awake and alert, laser focused. You've been on the lookout. Usually you're visited. Usually you do see your fairy friend. And this night seems to be the final. Guess she finally found you, or you finally found her. You're unsure which one it is. Maybe she was here previous nights. Because just as you look left, and then you kind of look back to your right, she's right there in your field of vision, not but 5 feet away. Oh, good evening.
Hi.
She kind of has her wings fluttering. She's in that usual full plate shield or sheathed weapon at her side. Little tiny shield on her hands.
So we did the dragon.
I noticed. I also noticed the gift placed upon you through your works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that.
It's very nice. I look forward to seeing your progress. As of now, it is not too much more concern. We seem to have found how that individual is able to pull the creature through the veil and address the issue.
Question.
Yes.
What is that goop that we see whenever like it dies and then just like poofs go away? Because we've seen that before.
You can see her face is a little confused and concerned as you say that. And she kind of flutters a bit closer. Where? Where have you seen this before?
In Rasso, in a mine, there were these worshippers of this pale mistress, and they were trying to like pour this stuff into the water.
This is disconcerting.
We would have stayed, but then we've heard about what happened with my parents and then got way sidetracked.
You can see her face just kind of growing more into like a concerned kind of tension as she starts adding this to her memories and thinking and just processing the information you give to her. You said they claim to worship who again?
The Pale Mistress?
The Pale Mistress.
I think they were... Were they speaking Draconic? I think they were, because I think I understood it.
Yes.
I was about to go through all my notes all the way back there.
I do believe their chants were in Draconic.
Yeah, because we
That
didn't
right?
the rest of us didn't understand it.
Only you did.
Okay.
So they spoke in Draconic and spoke of a Pale Mistress? You're certain of this?
Yes.
And then could you describe this liquid to me?
It looked kind of inky, and
Mhm.
when we killed the worshippers, it came out kind of like blood, but then it just kind of, after about a minute or so, it just kind of went away. And you can see the veins, they're all black, and their eyes are all kind of bloodshot with the black. And
So they were able to take this into their
They-
body.
yes, and they were sort of possessed almost. We saved one boy when we killed them and stopped the stuff. And then he was back to normal after.
We have seen signs of similar blood-like ink in the Feywild. Not common by any means, but in the areas where the veil seems stretched or strained. It must have something to do with something anchored in your realm, here on the material plane. I will look into this more. This is most concerning.
Okay. What is your name? I feel rude because I've never asked.
My name is Yawn.
That is adorable.
Thank you.
I'm assuming you know my name because you've found me many times now.
Yes, your name was... We know you. As is customary with those chosen for this duty, your name was inscribed to us on the day of your birth.
Oh.
We are glad to see that you have grown to begin to meet your potential, and we look forward to seeing how far you can go.
I am too.
Well, if there is nothing else, I wanted to come say good job.
Thank you.
Your friends are a good asset.
They have been amazing.
This is good. Working alone is difficult. While it can be stealthy and allow you to get a drop on a creature, there is safety in numbers.
Yeah, I don't think I could have taken that dragon or that bear down by myself.
Perhaps. In the future, perhaps you will have the chance to meet more of the Guardians.
Guardians.
Oh, yes. There are many of us watching over his lands.
Refresh my memory.
You know they are speaking of the Grey Lord.
Okay.
And what you were told and what you have heard in legend, and there is no role associated with this as it was just been knowledge you have. He has no dominion. He has no lands. He has no power over any physical place. For his realm is the veil between the Feywild and the other realms.
Would he be the one that I saw in my dream?
Yes, you believe you have seen him before.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have any more questions, but if I do, I will wait for your return.
Very well. I must be off. I just had a chance to pop by.
Well, it's good to see you.
You see she kind of takes you notice now, a rapier out of her sheath and hold it in front of her. We get to trace these lines in the air. Behind them, the arcane lines. Sing, 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 sing. Whoosh. She draws a circle and stabs through the middle of it, and it opens this tiny little gate just big enough for her. Just, and she floats through it, and it closes behind her.
That is awesome. And probably also equally adorable.
Yes. It was just literally large enough for her to pass through.
That's cute.
Pyre, as you are awoken by Cathalia, you begin your watch, the similar red vision taking over. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. The sky seems to be unchanged. And most of your watch is just uneventful.
Good. I'll take that.
Speak for yourself.
The sun begins to rise, and you begin to wake the rest of your party. You have closed on your third day of travel, opening into your fourth now. Wild cards. What would you like to do?
I will relay what Jan and I talked about, and that she would look into it for us.
Okay.
So you had a much more friendly visitor than I did.
What do you mean?
Do I still smell it?
Nope.
Caught a whiff again. And this time it came with her voice saying that I found her sister and a shame.
It's definitely
Disconcerting
good. Yeah.
that the second corpse now has spoken to us from beyond the grave. Because I slept as little as I did already. Let's just get going.
Over their shoulder while they're when they started talking, as Tam said that he had caught a whiff, you see Kelvin kind of smelling himself. Prestidigitation.
It's been a few days. You're probably talking about
it has. Oh, wasn't me.
Kind of look at him. Why would it have been you? How could it have been you?
Well, I mean, when one doesn't bathe in a while, it often produces a stink or a stank, and...
Perhaps even a stunk.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, no, I was not talking about that kind of scent. It's the same scent I smelled when that hagborn witch was torturing me.
Yeah, I don't think prestidigitation's gonna take care of that.
Yeah, it's not.
It comes and then it goes. It's very brief.
But she knows we've talked to her sister now. That's just great. So either they're, well, I guess it means at least we know they're not in league.
Does
Aren't
that
you
make
glad?
you feel any better about Ellison?
Too soon to tell.
I mean, the good news is at least you didn't kill her on the spot.
I did not kill her at all.
I meant her
And
sister.
I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, so.
Progress.
All right, we're burning daylight here.
All right. Lead the way, Snow.
All right. Who would like to give me a d6?
I got it. 6.
Roll d12.
2.
Also roll me a d10.
The other 2 ready to go. That one I missed. 10.
Okay.
Is this for the type of dragon?
Yes, exactly.
We did just get a new book yesterday.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Fizbins
Snow.
came out.
Oh.
As you are leading this pack, you recall that here for too long you should be coming across some farmland. It is a place usually your tribe would stop to assist with the druidic growth of the farmland, and this farm actually survived off those kinds of magics to assist with others making the same pilgrimage as your clan.
We pass through. Can I sense if that magic is present?
You haven't gotten there yet. I was just saying, it should be coming up shortly.
Oh, yeah.
As this happens, you do
Yeah.
kind of also notice above you the overcast clouds have turned into what looks to be dark, black, rolling storm clouds. You will lose a day of travel due to this weather slowing you down. It is almost flash flood level as quickly as it comes and begins to pour down upon all of you.
Oh, man.
Hood is up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bow is stashed to keep it from getting ruined.
Okay.
I think I have a hood. If I have a hood, I'll put it up.
Okay.
I would guess I would.
Okay.
Doesn't help
Pyre
much.
needs a hood.
We need to
There
get
is
a tarp
visible steam
umbrella
rising off
for
of Pyre's entire body as she's
She's
a fire
walking
genasi.
like just shoulder slump like this.
Shoulders
bullshit,
slumped,
guys.
soaked, steam still coming off of you.
Oh.
Bullshit, guys. I hate this.
You're gonna wind up getting put out like Charmander. This is the worst.
As you are slowed to this again, you lose one day of travel, but you do come to this farmland you're used to, and easily enough, they've been through here. The plants are well vitalized. There's almost an entire full crop here, varying things from corn to carrots, potatoes. There's a place for sheep and other farm animals to be pinned off, chickens. It is a well-maintained farm, and you immediately recognize the type of magic. Now, who cast it could be one of about 4 or 5 people out of your entirety of your clan, but druids came through here recently. You're smart enough to understand it was your clan. You're probably about, say at this point, probably about 3 days behind them.
Okay.
But you did just lose a day, so now you're probably about 3-4 days behind them. But
Okay.
as you approach, you being forefronted this, you can quickly see kind of this older figure with a lantern held up. Kind of sees you, notices your form. Well, weather's shite. You want to come in?
Indeed. Would you be able to fit all of us?
Aye, barn's still open. If you don't mind sleeping on hay. It is
Sleeping
dry.
on hay will be better than sleeping outside.
Oh, come on. You just missed the rest of y'all's. About, 2.5 days. Paid their usual tribute. Much obliged to them. Come on. He's kind of this older guy. You've known him for years. This is Erwell. Erwel. He has no surname. Just a common old human male.
As soon as he says, like, come on, Pirates, take it off, it's like, thank you. Into the barn.
Yeah, he kind of tries to grab the barn door. Creaks slow. Creaks a few more inches. Door's getting heavy every year. Continues to pull on it, slowly opening.
I help him pull it open.
Oh, thank you, young lady. Thank you. Actually, you notice he stops. He's old. He stops. He lets you
Elvin,
just
you
open
gonna
it.
help me?
Sure. I walk over to help my sister.
With all my
Both of you roll a strength check.
tininess. 10.
7.
Catholic,
I'll
your
use
door
the
opens
die.
decently well.
I'm-
Your side of the
like-
your door
Okay.
opens pretty well. You just grab it. Gong. Kelvin, you get about halfway there and it stops. You're like, really? What's
Help dice. 11.
You get halfway there and you're like, no. I'm not gonna let my kind of shake the guns out. All right, come on. And two-hand the door and open it the rest of the way. Look inside is a simple barn with kind of straw along the perimeter and edges. You see a couple of kind of left behind bedrolls, probably community used, but it is dry.
What
Usher the
time is
party
it?
inside.
Okay. Like I said, he's got the lantern still holding up. Like I said, tribute's been paid, and are they all traveling with yous in the tribe?
We're just stragglers. We had a business elsewhere to take care of, so unfortunately we had to be a little late to the party.
That's all right. Just food for all, I'm guessing.
Do we still have food?
We've got rations. We can feed ourselves. Thank you.
All right then.
Not that we wish to impose or be impolite, but we can fend for ourselves. Thank you for the dry place to rest.
Of course.
Very much appreciated.
Close the doors if you feel like, and if you leave in the morning before I'm up, safe travels.
Thank you.
He kind of begins
It
to
is-
shuffle off.
Seems like a really nice old man.
The tribe does him a great favor. His crops are plentiful every time we come through here, so it is a pleasant exchange. Are there any animals in this barn, or is it empty?
It is currently empty.
Okay.
And this is what time of day? I don't know if you heard
The time
some-
lost and the weather permitted, it's probably like late afternoon. I mean, you could
Hi.
more than welcome to push back out in the weather and try and make up any lost time. Is the
It's
party's
still
decision.
raining, though, isn't it?
It is coming down.
Pyre is like in the middle of the barn and she kind of shakes off and then she like closes her eyes and thinks, and you could probably feel it's getting a little warmer in the barn as she dries the water off her body.
That's a nifty
No.
technique.
Burlap
Snow
cloth
will-
you see fit his clothing begins to ever so slowly dry.
Alright. Oh, that feels better. Oh, thank God.
Snow will go over to Pyre. I understand the heat. Just don't cook the hay. It's really easy
Oh,
to set
no.
on fire.
No, trust me. I won't. I know. I just did it enough to warm the building up and get the
I
water
believe
off
you
me.
did say you walked into the middle of the building, so the hay kind of like
Yeah.
outlines the perimeter.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't stand at the door because then more water will just splatter on me, and that's pointless. I mean, I'm not really casting fire. I'm just raising my blood temperature.
Yeah.
Body temperature. Yeah, no danger.
I will lay out as much of my clothing as I can to try and let dry.
Okay.
How much of your clothing are you actually laying out? Out of curiosity. Because this
How much
might
are you
impact
stripping?
what Snow does. Yes.
What was Snow planning on doing?
Probably shaking.
She can produce flame and just keep it near y'all if you need heat, but at the other point, if y'all are stripping down your underwear, she's gonna be in a corner trying to not stare at y'all.
I can
I mean,
just
I have other changes of clothes. I could change into them.
I can just heat the building. We don't have to have a fire. I can just keep a steady, like a heater. Okay, I will be your guys' heater for the night. Okay.
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say
if you offer.
I will probably honestly not to underclothes, but I'll probably throw on a second pair of pants and not a tunic and just roll up in my bedroll.
Okay.
Kind of in a corner by myself.
We'll stay close so my body can warm you up.
I'll be alright.
So before everyone starts rolling around in wet bed rolls and everything's soaked, we've been in the rain. Kelvin will walk around and dry everyone off.
Okay.
Rest
So
about
Tam,
the
as you are
Everyone's drying up.
meticulously laying out all of your clothing, getting it hung up properly on what you can on the boards, and it's place. Everything in a place,
Yeah.
place for everything. You perfect, meticulous. You turn around and see Kelvin is completely dry, has dried snow, and is halfway through drying his sister with just arcane
Paylor be
methods.
with you. Paylor be with you.
See, we all have our own ways.
Kelvin is our dryer, Pyre is our heater.
Yep.
Essentially.
No words.
No words.
We are all
okay.
just appliances at the end of this.
I can't with you kids. I can't.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, where we are all
I
appliances.
will stand on my absolute tippy toes and give my big brother a hug.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sit down. I want to work on my little dagger thingamajiggy since it's still early.
That's right. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Heck yeah. I'm going to add a help die to that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Where is it at? There it is. Hey!
10 total. Okay. You're beginning to understand how some of this function works, how there's particular springs involved or certain pieces of metal that have been shaped to be extremely thin and actually have some buoyancy to them. Some of this reminds you of kind of how particular parts of a bear trap works as far as the deployment mechanism, but trying to figure out how to properly get it to open and the blade eject outwards and then also sink back in proficiently. You're still working on that.
Pyre sits down beside her and watches her work. It's like, that's a nifty little blade.
Right?
Pyre, make a history check.
Oh, okay.
Don't cut anything off trying to learn how to use it.
Fingers crossed.
I'll try not to.
If she loses one
Hey!
finger, it's okay.
Wow.
Hey!
It's a
Very
19 on the
nice.
dice, brought to an 18.
One of the nicest history rolls we've seen out of
You
fire.
have seen
Right?
this device before. Not this one, but you've definitely seen like devices before. You do know they are employed by the Black Vines, and particularly their assassins, as they are able to be worn and kept concealed under longer sleeves.
Okay. Would I know how it possibly works?
No.
Okay.
You just know they're able to use the motion and flexing of their wrist muscles to deploy the blade, quickly shank somebody, and then pull it back and the blade retracts and they just keep walking like nothing happened.
Where'd you find this, Cathalia?
One of the bandits, that you smushed his boss's head in.
Oh, that one. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Huh.
snagged it because I thought it looked cool and maybe it
So,
could help me someday.
so those bandits were part of the Black Vine?
No, they were
Really?
something scarves.
Because this is a Black Vine contraption.
That dude didn't have black vine tattoos, did he?
Maybe he stole it off a Black Vine. It's for
But
their
he could have bought it
And
from
lived?
He could have bought it from somebody. Maybe not
I
stolen,
was
but
say if
bought it.
he stole it and lived, that's kind of surprising.
Well, I mean, it just depends on how good of a thief you are.
I'll look at it, I'm like, maybe I can kill Tane. Be some kind of weird thing.
That would definitely be badass. Kill him with his own merchandise.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be
I'm
happy
all-
with an arrow to his back, but
Wow.
Be happy
she's
with
getting
making sure him and his
savage.
pet witch are gone, and knowing they're gone.
oh no, next time he runs away from me, I'm not gonna hesitate.
I mean, my personal approach would be quick snap of the
Smushing
neck,
his
but
brains
you
in.
know, nah, I'd probably just paralyze him first, and then, get to work for a couple hours. But to each its own.
Couple hours.
No. None of that.
What would you do, Kelvin?
Turn his
Yeah,
hair
Kelvin, what would
green.
you
Make
do?
him smell horse shit for a day. I don't know.
No, I have a feeling Kelvin has an idea. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
You know what I did notice, though?
What?
You can't remember anything. But you remember every person you've ever killed.
Yeah. That's part of the business. I guess that's the most important thing.
So what
They're-
did you do before you started doing the Coliseum? I don't know if you've ever told us.
Well, I mean, I did the Coliseum while also doing other things. I'm a bit of a enforcer. If somebody needs something done, they come to me. They need some fingers broken, they come to me. They need somebody threatened, they come to me. I remember all the people that I killed because I know that it very easily could have been me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on our side.
Oh, I am too. You guys are
You're-
crazy.
You're a really good fighter, and I appreciate everything you've done for us.
Aw, thank you. And she pats Cathalia on the top of the head.
It's because I'm short, isn't it?
Sure,
She
let's go
leans
with that.
She leans over. It's like, but honestly, badass. So don't worry about it.
Well, since we're on the subject of murder with no remorse, Snow, what do we do if your tribe does attack us?
Well, I would say the first order of business would be live as our, priority. But I'm not going to give up my freedom because they think that they know what is best for me. And I will defend that freedom by any means possible.
Fair enough.
Lethally, if necessary?
If they make it necessary, yes.
hopefully it doesn't come to that.
That's weird.
Yeah, hang on just 1 second, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties here. See if I can
Are
figure
our
out what it
voices
is.
still coming through okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Curious.
It's okay. I can just switch to this screen until it decides to
Well-
fix itself.
Well, Snow, I give you promise that I won't attack until you tell me to.
Think it'd go that in depth, honestly. If it comes to it, I'll be attacking them. And
Hopefully we do so while we move.
I honestly hope it doesn't come to that, because
Same.
I don't like the thought of killing anything, particularly my own people. It's hard enough to find tabaxi as it is. But
Well, I mean,
Is that
things
why they're fighting so hard to try and keep you?
possibly.
I mean, if need be, we can just attack not to kill, but to run away. Though I don't particularly like doing that, but
How many?
also understand.
How many are in
Yeah.
your tribe? How many perform this ritual?
DM?
You would know that in your tribe as a whole, you're probably about, I'd say, 100 strong. But as far as actual druidic practitioners, there are 4. There is the elder.
Okay.
There is him,
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and then there is one other.
How close are the rest while the ritual's being performed?
You would know that usually there are, even though they don't have the ability to interact with nature on a level that those 4 do, they still have their own parts of a ceremony, whether it be handling the drawing of certain symbols or the burning of certain incense or plants. That you know they still are close doing what they feel is their right and their part of the ceremony.
Those are some rough odds.
That sounds easy to me.
I'm sure
I
it
just
would
had
to
a-
you.
I imagine Pyre sees this as like horde mode tabaxi version.
Be better or easier if we weren't in open fields, but realistically, as terrible as it sounds, we need to sow just enough chaos to be able to get away.
Well, we are pretty good at chaos.
This
Yeah.
is true.
That
Yeah.
is my
Yeah, we
favorite.
are.
We could definitely put that to use.
But let's not go in with that on the forefront of our mind. We don't want to accidentally do something whenever they didn't mean to.
Hope for
We'll
the best,
just-
plan for the worst,
Exactly.
and then plan for
Exactly.
something worse to happen.
Exactly.
Honestly, my best scenario is that we can get this ritual done and get the hell out.
Does
I
that
don't
mean
think
you're going to have to come back next year?
Possibly.
But I'm
In
sure
fact,
we'll
Most likely.
We'll think of something next year.
Is there no other way for you to pay your druidic dues than to have to be reunited with your tribe every year?
Honestly, I don't know.
Might be something to look into.
I'm not very familiar with my magic, to be honest. It's something that I've had, but not really delved into.
Not much into reading books. I understand.
Why
No.
are
You
all
have
of you
to be
anti-book?
with
What
your
is so
tribe
bad
to do
about a
this?
book?
Or can you just the reading
Well-
part?
What was the question?
And is it possible to maybe do this ritual in a different location than your tribe? Maybe do it with a different group of people or by yourself?
I could potentially see about doing it with one of the other tribes that comes in one of the other times of the year, but
But that's another problem for another day.
it would be difficult to get them to understand why I left in the first place.
Well, teach us the runes. Tell us the incense. I mean, if it doesn't take druids to do, we could try and help.
As far as I'm aware, there's the whole reason for all the druids coming here is it has to be druids.
Yeah, but your entire tribe is not druid.
No,
Yet they serve a purpose in the role, right?
strength in
Travel
numbers.
We could substitute. All I'm saying. But once this is done, that's next year's problem.
I'm sure we'll run into many more problems after this that we got to deal with.
I might know a way out of it, but it's not for certain.
Is it safe?
Either way, we should try and get some sleep.
Oh, it's safe.
We're going to have to definitely move to make up for lost time. Because we don't know what else could happen.
Yeah.
Are you going to read us a bedtime story, Tam, from one of your books?
Would you like me to?
Kelvin rolls over and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Sure. Tell me a tale. The most bloodiest one you know. I want good dreams.
Okay. Well, once a village had requested the help of an inquisitor, and I was the closest one, so I was the one that was dispatched and sent. They were being plagued by a smaller group of werewolves, not a full pack, but, dangerous enough, especially to those that don't have the weapons or the wherewithal to deal with it. So, thankfully, they were relatively newborn and made, not born. Born werewolves are much, much stronger and more difficult to deal with. So, channeling my radiance, setting a plan, executing the plan, was able to essentially almost lure them off piece by piece and take them out. The last two put up a fight together because they were the smartest of the bunch, but still, with the right technique and using a whip and constantly moving, they're easily enough put down. Werewolves think with their noses and their stomachs. They don't deal with traps very well, especially traps made of silver. So, caltrops are your friend, especially, again, made of silver.
Pyre is like slowly kind of falling asleep, and she just asks, she's like, Tam,
Yes, Pyre?
5 words or less. What makes a monster a monster? As she falls asleep.
The evil in their hearts.
Okay. And then she goes to sleep.
Don't worry. I'll deal with the monsters, kiddo.
That's adorable.
Did you just like have that story in your back pocket for when you needed it?
No.
That was really good for making that up.
Improv. D&D.
Just kind of came out of nowhere. I'm like, monster, werewolf, go.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
All I heard was he kills werewolf puppies.
That's what Pyre heard
Ooh.
too. That's what Pyre heard too.
You
That's the reason why
have
she
to
said,
make it worse, don't you?
what is...
Despite
makes a
neutral,
monster a
I
monster?
must be a monster.
So now we have goblin families and werewolf puppies. Great.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Where could it go now?
Who knows?
These are Mohan.
All right.
God damn it.
Will you be setting up watches tonight?
I will at least take the first 2 watches.
No, we'll take the second two. She is not going to be sleeping well.
Okay.
I'll
Do you
trance
venture
and then I'll
outside of the
stay up with
barn
you.
for your watches?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
In fact, we'll have the doors shut, and I will set it to where something is like attached to the door that if the door moves, it will make noise.
Roll me
Even
a
if it's
general
just silverware.
Describe this to me. What is your trap?
Metal like camping cup filled with silverware on balance to where if it moves at all, it's going to fall and make noise.
Okay. Give me a general dexterity check. 6.
I'm going to use that last help die.
Go ahead.
A 9.
9. All right. Using a bit of kind of a not quite hemp rope, but you do have a little bit of like hempen string. You're able to fashion what you believe to be a flawless alarm system. Go give me a straight perception check, as there is still a low burning light, I believe, you had left in the middle of this barn. Is that correct?
Yeah, we
Did
probably would
anybody-
have lit something.
Okay.
Especially if there was something like to hold it. Like a lantern or something. There probably would have been something in the barn to hold some kind of flame.
Well, each of you have a lantern.
Yeah, then I'll use my lantern and I'll
Me?
set it up kind of in the middle.
Okay.
I have a
Give me a
torch.
straight perception check then, please. Just a flat roll.
13, then a 15 for the second watch.
Okay. It's pretty quiet. The rain is just outside, just drumming away. Who do you wake up next?
I guess Pyre, after I gave her her
I think
bedtime
Snow said
story.
she was going to take the other two.
Well, I can take one.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know if she can take both without becoming exhausted, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need her prepared.
Yeah.
Pyre, give
So
me
I'll tell her
a
not to worry about taking both watches. Just wait Pyre for the
lane
fourth
perception
one.
check, please.
Okie dokie.
12. Okay. About halfway through your watch, the weather seems to finally break, and the rain lightens up, and there is the sound of rolling thunder begins to just be a distant memory as the storm continues to move away from this region.
That's good. Stupid rain.
But you do notice about halfway through your watch, when the weather begins to break, you begin to feel this pull, or this just kind of a nagging sensation as you I'm trying to remember who had this without asking it outright. I think it was think it was Snow. The rest of the party can help me out here. Who held on to the Validium?
Snow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Snow did.
Yeah, I gave
When
it
the
to her
weather
after I
breaks,
found it.
and nearing the end of your watch during this particular time of day, you just kind of look over towards Snow. And you don't know what it is, but something is like drawing your attention to one of her pouches.
Going on. I kind of like I come up to Snow
Mm-hmm.
and like I look at her pouch. Then like I look at her. And is it almost, my watch is almost over?
It's pretty close, yeah.
I shake Snow awake.
Okay.
No is instantly alert and ready.
Okay.
She kind of just stares at Pyre.
Snow, what's in that pouch over there? And she points right directly to the pouch.
As she points to one of the pouches on your hip, you know that's the one where you had stashed the Validium.
It has the stuff we got from the bandit cave, that crystal? The Validium?
With the fire.
Yeah, the firestone, fire crystal.
I can't explain why, but I'm feeling drawn to it.
Does this feel like a good drawn?
I guess it's not really a good or a bad. It just feels like an invisible string is yanking at me. And part of me wants to touch it, but part of me is kind of scared because I don't know, these dreams or whatever I've been having, there's just fire everywhere, and it's not comforting. It's the sky is cracking open and there's just destruction, and now this, and I don't know. And she kind of like balls up her fist like she's angry and just doesn't know why. But and a voice telling me something about a home.
No will reach into her pouch and pull out the crystal.
Okay.
She'll give it to Pyre, but she is also preparing a hold person spell in case anything happens.
Okay.
As she before she hands it to me, I'm like, Snow, are you sure? Do we need to get anybody else up, or?
Right there, Pyre, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
By trance, would I have woken up by now?
God, no.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
You want to use a help die?
Yeah, I want to use a help die. I don't know if that's gonna help, but how do I use the help die? I don't know. Hold on. My mouse is fucking up. It's just like, no.
Here, let me tell you this. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because that was the point.
That is a natural 1 on her wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Snow, as soon as you manage to clear the crystal from the pouch, Pyre, instinctually you snatch it out of her hands and you just hold on to it and you hold it right there close to your face and you stare at it. And it's about the size of a dagger, roughly. And as you stare at it, you literally feel your consciousness pulled from your body. And Snow, you watch as she snatches this from you and looks at it. You see her whole body fall to the ground limp.
Oh, fuck.
Did I walk
Wonderful.
away from?
Apparently,
Oh,
Pyre has
if-
found something shiny,
Oh my
and
god.
shiny stole her soul.
So
I
if I
will.
tranced, would I have woken up by now?
Depends on if she made any noise.
You
She
would just
was
be coming
pretty
out of
upset.
it. You would just be coming out of it. You hear as something very heavy and very fleshy hits the ground.
I am instantly going to go over. Not even go over. I'm going to yell. Calvin!
Huh? What? Huh?
Giraffe! I'm trying to not yell into the other room, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. You hear the sound of, Kelvin, get your ass over here.
Probably also wake up at that point and sit up.
Yeah, I'll be. I think when I heard the heavy thing hit the floor, I'm gonna freak out and like pull out my bow.
Yep.
Kelvin will grumpily stand up and then look over, and then upon seeing Pyre just crumpled, not laying down, just crumpled, will now run over there.
Okay.
What happened? What's and start
Ye-
looking around. Did somebody attack her?
No, she was drawn to the Validium crystal I had, and all I did was give it to her. She stared at it and collapsed.
Is it still in her hand?
It's like an inch or two away from it, from the impact where she fell, like clang, clang, clang.
I'll just I'll just kick it away with my foot. Kick it away from her.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get down and is she breathing? Is there a pulse?
Make a medicine check.
And that's why I woke up Calvin. I knew it would
19.
come.
19
There
on
you go.
dice. From what you can tell in this quick panic moment, her vitals seem steady. She has a pulse. Her breath is average.
She's alive. She can I like open up her eyes and look and check her eyes? And
Yeah, as you do that, you notice that normally there's a bit of even like a small ambering flame around her iris if someone looks close enough. And the whites of her eyes you know to be black in color. But the glow that is normal to her eyes has vastly diminished.
Do you think she got pulled into the crystal?
What does the crystal look like now?
Do you look over to inspect it?
Yes.
Give me an investigation check.
14.
As you look into the crystal, you notice there does seem to be a bit more of the intense roaring flame throughout the entirety of it.
Using the edge of my cloak, and while wearing gloves, I'm going to pick the crystal up by the very tip of it and try and place it back into her hand.
Okay.
And hope that it puts back into her, maybe.
Nothing happens.
Could my character use their superior intelligence to think about what has actually happened? Kind of
Give
piece this
me
together.
a general intelligence check. You have no
Supposed to
idea.
be smart.
You're panicking, man.
Yeah.
You are panicking. That
Ah,
mindset
shit.
is beginning to set in again.
We cannot lose her.
What
Should
would
we break
happen
it?
if we smash the crystal?
Well, my worry is if she's in there, if something did happen like that, and you smash it, she has no way back.
If she was pulled out, could something else have been pushed into her body and it's just playing dead?
I don't know why it would, but weirder things have happened. Did I get a sense of anything not her in her?
No?
Is it like she's just asleep?
It would appear that way.
I'm gonna smack her.
Okay.
Try and wake her up.
No effect.
That was worth a shot.
What are you doing? You don't have to hit everything. It didn't wake her up. Okay. Let's get her comfortable, and we will we. I don't know.
Pray to your god then.
He doesn't
Ask for
actually talk to
guidance.
me. Yeah, so I'll help drag her into a better spot in the hay, so she's not like on the floor all crumpled up.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of look outside and see if the sun has actually come up yet, or if
Right
the
now
sun is
you
out,
are
or if it's
in.
still raining.
Right now, the rain has broken, and you are in false dawn currently.
False dawn. Damn.
Can I sort of weird meditate and feel like yawn, I need your help?
You are more than welcome to try. Roll a
gonna-
D100.
Oh gee. 84?
There seems to be no response.
I am going to take while putting her down. I'm going to take her axe off of her
Okay.
or away from her, and I'm going to actually give it to Snow and tell her to put it somewhere else. Because I did listen to Tam, and if something else is inhabiting that, I do not want her to have a weapon or that
Okay.
weapon.
As you move her, do you move the crystal with her?
I
No,
wouldn't
Tam has
move
the
the crystal.
Okay.
Put it in her hand.
Well, she
Oh.
can't physically
As-
hold it. She can't clench on it. So as soon as you begin to move
Right.
her, it just falls out of her hand.
I'm gonna pick it
Oh.
back up again.
Okay.
As Snow takes the axe and moves it away, she'll kneel down because she has no idea what the heck is going on, and she will try casting a Lesser Restoration on Pyre.
Okay. As you reach down and you extend your consciousness to the Cat Lord, the source of your druidic power, and ask for his guidance, you release the druidic magic from you. You just feel the magic find no purchase, and it is simply expended.
Her ears are going to kind of fold back and down, and she's going to back away with the axe.
Snow, what is this crystal?
It's Validium. We picked it up in the bandit cave.
What do we know about it?
We know that whenever Pyre stared into it, she saw flames, and now she's been drawn to it. It's a useful replacement for some spell components. He also mentioned she was having dreams or nightmares. The sky splitting open and destruction and something about her home.
So it's magical. Do you or Kelvin know how to tell what kind of magic it is? Or do we know?
I can find out easily enough, potentially. And she will take the time to cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay. You know that
Are
when you
you
normally
casting
cast
as a spell slot or a ritual?
Spell.
as you cast this magic and boom, this dome of vision surrounds you. Trying to sense and look at the crystal as is now is like looking at a miniature sun. It is bright and it is brimming with arcane power. What the most notable about this is that there are intertwining threads, almost how a rope is laced around itself, of all schools of magic. This is, in a sense, a convergence of the weave.
Oh shit.
I will say you do know, because you have used this before, and I remember your history check was really good for this item, you do know that Validium only is crafted where the veil is the thinnest. It's almost like
That's right.
when two planes get too close to each other, kind of like how coal turns to diamond. When two planes crash and press hard enough, Validium is formed in that small, stretched, or even cracked planes of existence.
Does it seem like it's containing power necessarily? Like, if it were to be destroyed, would it, like, burst?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh dear.
Can I help?
Sure.
Oh, well,
Advantage.
could I roll that
Just
again?
roll one more time. Yeah, please.
That's better. 22.
Yes.
You know that at this level of potency, if you destroy this item, it would be like setting off a fireball drop center in the middle of this barn. It would be a potent, violent release of this magic because it's not being released controlled.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't used this personally, but you have seen others use this kind of item before, to where the magic must be guided out of it, and then it is expended from the crystal, and the crystal actually begins to deteriorate and turn to nothingness. Kelvin, about this time, you feel this cold sensation rush up your spine, and you hear a very soft, gentle voice. If she's in the crystal, then put the crystal in her.
Who has the crystal right now?
I do. Wait, no, Snow does, because Snow is casting.
Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily, because Detect Magic is 30 feet, so I wouldn't have to be up
be
where
close
it was
to it.
left on the
I'll
ground.
probably still hold it. Yeah, I'll probably still be holding it.
I'll Not even looking, just reach out. Let me have that.
I'll pass it to him.
You grab the crystal. It is warm to the touch.
And just I reach behind me and just in a fluid motion, I'll just not moving fast or anything. I'll just take it and just turn it and then kind of push it towards her chest and put the tip like right here and just kind of start pushing down a little bit.
All of you watch as Kelvin begins to press down upon Pyre's physicality with this crystal. You see it begin to pierce her flesh, and it actually begins to pierce and stab into her body. And you watch as he sinks the entirety of this crystal into her form until only his palm remains touching her flesh. And then as you pull it back, you can see this crystal right at her sternum, and the flesh begins to crust over it. And just as the wound closes, Pyre, your eyes snap open. I need everybody to mute yourselves except for Pyre, as I describe where she has been for the last 10, 20-ish minutes.
Mute or deafen?
What? Just deafen. Pyre, as you grab the crystal and stare at it, and you felt your consciousness pulled from you, instantly you are standing in a realm of cracked earth, rising volcanoes. Your generally red dark vision is not active, but everything is still in a hue of red. It is hot. There are visible heat waves surrounding the entirety of the landscape around you. There is a red sky with ash and snow coming out of it. You are sweating, but yet you are comfortable. You look around you and you don't recognize this place, but you feel recognition. You know where you are. There's just some piece, no matter how minute, of your soul that is content. And for the first time in your life, it is calm.
Is there anybody, like, do I sense anybody or see any type of other beings there with me?
Make a perception check.
Alright.
15. Looking around, you don't initially see anything, but what you do begin to see is in the sky itself, large, draconic-like shape just flying overhead as tornadoes of flame, not close, distance from you, begin to just apparate, spiraling downward away from this dragon, seeing every flap, every whoosh, whoosh. It sends down this torrent of twisting flame and heat and just awful, awful sound of that kind of intense flame. Even as far off as it is, you can still hear it, like a screaming fireball being sent past your ears.
Okay. Is there a path? Like, am I on a path to walk? Like, I'm being led somewhere?
There is no path. But as you're looking around, you do suddenly feel that tingling at the back of your spine. And you whip around, and you see before you what looks to be a humanoid form that has all the features you would expect of a fully dressed male. Definitely muscular, but there are no clothes. There is no hair, eye, nose, flesh. All of it is completely sculpted out of flame. There is still the detail of all of these things. There's still the details of cloth. There's the details of eyes, pupils, eyelashes, hair, clothes, boots. All the details are there, but it is all flame.
Yeah. Holy shit.
As this creature stares at you with these burning, intense eyes. For the first time in your life, you feel very small. It's no bigger than you, but just the charismatic presence and the power before you.
Yeah.
It is good to see you again, Jorsal. Even if it is but a piece of your original. Perhaps one day you will regain the strength to return here. And it's cut.
What the fuck?
And you're pulled back into your body.
What the fuck?
Pyre's awake now.
And that is where you snap back into consciousness, Pyre. Just
What happened?
I'm gonna hug Pyre.
You
What?
tell us, man.
What? Did somebody slap me?
My bad. Would wake you up. We were freaking out, man.
Well, did it?
Apparently not.
No.
Well, at least we didn't break the crystal, because that was the next idea.
Where's it at? Where?
So
How do I put this delicately? It's inside you.
it's kind of like in this general area.
It's inside me.
Hmm.
Like your body absorbed it.
Can we see any like physical remainder of where it went into her?
no, it is completely healed over.
I tap the spot. Is it just her? Just dunk, or is it like a...
It is usual Genasi flesh Pyre.
Right there.
No? Do you still see the magic?
I'll cast Detect Magic again to see if I see that same.
How long does that spell last?
It would still be up, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Well, up to 10 minutes.
You watched as Kelvin pushed this convergence into Pyre, and you noticed that it began to spread through her entire humanoid shape. So what you see is her entire body seems to be magical.
Do I get the sense that it's still a hodgepodge of different kinds of magic?
Yes. It is still, for the better lack of term, potentiality of all magics. It is what you would expect of something that can be used as a replacement for even costed or consumed items.
Mm-hmm. It's all in her.
Well, yeah,
That's all.
we watched.
No, I mean the magic. It's gone out through her entire body now.
What's in my body?
All of the magic.
You've got the magic in you.
God, I knew it was coming.
Do you feel different? Like,
don't
not
know.
like you just woke up, but do you feel kind of like tingly? I don't know.
I don't know what happened. Snow pulled out the crystal, and then I was someplace else. And now I'm back here, and you guys are saying the crystal's inside of me, and Tam is slapping me, and Kelvin is poking me.
Did it once.
I
At least I
don't
hugged you.
know what
Thank you.
drew you to the Validium, but you have every kind of magic coursing through your body right now. I assume for Snow, this is like staring at a sun.
It's a little more diminished now. It seems to be more manageable now that her
Uh,
consciousness seems to be restored to her body, but it is still there.
Okay.
Pyre's like patting herself to see if she feels different, and then also she goes, wait a minute. Where's my axe?
So we'll kind of just hold it up. It's over here.
Just in
And
case.
she jumps over there. Give me that. Nobody's allowed to touch them. Mine.
We didn't
I mean-
know what was coming back.
I understand, but
Could have been you or something else. The last thing we wanted to do was arm it before it took over.
I understand that. I just feel naked without it, okay? For a long time, this was my only friend.
Not the
Okay.
case anymore.
I know. What does this mean now?
Means we
What?
have more questions.
I'll be talking to Jan again about more things that might be disconcerting.
Am I in trouble? Are we in trouble?
To quote you, when are we not in trouble?
Fuck.
And that's where I end the stream.
You motherfucker.
I know. Thank you all so much for joining us for this fantastic session. I highly appreciate all the gifted subs, all the bits, everything so very much. I love you all. You're amazing. And I look forward to seeing all of you live Wednesday to see what happens in our next episode. Be on the lookout on this Twitch page. I will be updating our schedule with all those new fantastic official partners. Looking forward to being part of all of that. And until next Wednesday, be safe and have fun.
Have a good day.